Hello, everyone. Welcome to another special episode of Real on the Real, where we give you all the nitty gritty on our favorite reality TV shows. So, tonight we will be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 3, Episode 14. So, my name is Uchenna.
My name is IJ.
And I'm Dior.
So, before we get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, so this episode was after the beautiful wedding of Cynthia and Mike. So, of course, they have to begin with Mike and Cynthia reveling in their love, in their wedding glow, walking hand in hand down the streets of Atlanta and going out to brunch together.
So
Yes,
happy.
yes. Cynthia could barely walk because she was in those stilettos on cobblestone, and Mike called her out on it straight away. But first, we have a special guest. IJ, would you like to introduce him?
Oh, the special guest. Yes, I would. Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Drum
Key
roll.
here.
How's
Yeah,
it going?
welcome.
Hello.
And what did you think about Cynthia and her new boo?
They seemed like goals. They seemed very
Mhm.
happy. They seemed
Mhm.
like they didn't even belong on the show because there was no drama there yet.
That's
So it's
true. Let's
still
hope it
probably growing,
continues.
Yes, we
right?
gotta
But
hope
they
so.
seemed overall very happy with each other, and they seemed like that they're a very mature couple.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And how many episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta have you watched?
Too much,
I
but a lot. I
I'm
watched
glad you
quite a bit.
didn't. You weren't afraid to admit it.
No, I don't mind at
So,
all.
all right. So during this brunch, they got a special phone call from Miss Drew,
Wait,
who's
before we get there,
okay. Mhm.
her 9 minute
Oh,
vows. Oh my God. I
right?
didn't know I could have stayed up there that long.
Talking
Standing for
and
Yeah.
talking.
for 9 minutes.
I
My
I
know.
would
guest would
have,
have
like,
probably
I think
left.
my eyes would have rolled in the back of my head if I was like listening to her. And it wasn't like a well written.
She was just rambling.
Right. She was actually I bet she had some pointers, but no real because it didn't sound like it was vows. It sounded like you were just talking to some friends, talking about what was going on.
And this she liked about him.
Yeah. I like his head. I like the way he talks, his smile.
Smile, right? And but he was nice about it. He was.
Okay.
So Drew called and she kind of like surprised Cynthia with the New Orleans trip. Of course, she had to dig in to Kenya and say that she was gonna do the trip how it should be done. What I don't understand is Drew's hatred for Kenya.
It's
Like,
not just Kenya. It's Drew's dislike for fakeness. I feel
no, she
Drew
came on
doesn't
that
like it when
show
people are fake.
already hating Kenya from what she knew about Kenya. Because Kenya has done absolutely nothing to Drew.
Well, no, no,
Nothing.
no, no. Because she started when they first introduced like Drew to the show. She said something about them being in the industry together, and I think Kenya threw her a little shade.
No, I don't think so. It was LaToya who threw her shade, and Kenya didn't say anything. Kenya was like,
Yeah.
she kind of was like, Drew, stop. But she didn't, I don't think she threw her any shade at
I
all.
thought she said something like I thought she. Okay, I don't. I mean, I have to go back and look. I thought she said something about her, like she didn't know who she was in the industry or whatever. I thought she threw her a little shade like
Mhm. I didn't know who Drew was.
that.
I still really don't know who she was. I never
I
watched
saw
that
the
TV
game. I
show.
used to watch the game, so I remember her from the game. I
Hmm.
think she was like trying to be a singer around the time she was on the game.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So they're gonna go to New Orleans on a PJ, and like I want to know how can Drew afford a PJ? Aren't they expensive?
Well, first of all, Drew's agent is flying her out, wanted her to fly out there so that she could do some auditions for some new roles, some new stuff that she's seriously happy about and excited about. So kudos to her for, still working when a lot of people aren't
Trying to
working.
work, trying to work. She's going to audition. She didn't get the role.
Well, at least they're offering to look at her, and she's getting a PJ. I mean, it's not that expensive. I mean, I'm not going to get a PJ, but $4,000 to $8,000 to fly from Atlanta to New Orleans, that's not bad.
No, it's not. I thought it would be a lot more, but yeah, I guess it's not
It
bad.
is just a hop, skip, and a jump though, too, though, but
Yeah.
for real. In a van. Air conditioned van.
With air conditioning. Right.
Hopefully
You know.
she's not tricking it if she ain't got it. Hopefully she got it. 'Cause
Yeah.
And I wonder
those girls
if
are not worth it if you don't have it.
right.
Exactly. Especially if
But
you're
it
new.
could be something for the show. It builds your credits, credits for the show. And I wonder,
Yeah.
is she gonna allow kids to be there or not?
I think it's a real quick trip, like a long weekend, so probably not, right?
Okay.
Oh, is Kenya? That's a good
Ooh.
question. Is
Ooh.
Kenya gonna bring her daughter?
And
You know
she
what,
would
Kenya
have to
might bring her
according
daughter.
to, her
Yeah.
justification for bringing her to South Carolina. She would have to, right?
Right. And well, the other girls who complained so much, they better bring their daughters too, right? They best to bring their daughters.
Well, you know what I
It's
think?
true.
I think what's going to happen is Kenya is going to need to bring her daughter, but she's not going to ride in the plane. She's going to take a van or a bus or a car so that she can bring the nanny and her daughter.
Mhm.
But they're not going to say anything. It's just going to be kept quiet, and it's not going to be reflected on that. I bet $1 million that's what's happening, because I can't see her going on this trip without her daughter.
Yeah, I can't see that at all. And
Not
the
for
other
this.
girls better bring their kids too. Or that would be hypocritical, right?
Maybe now they're just over it.
Right.
Candy did explain a little bit and wanted her to speak on it as to why they were like so upset, and it was because children had never been allowed on those trips, and the first time they allowed them was when they went to Greece, and I don't know if it was due to the age of the children at that time. So she was like they just didn't know that now it was an open policy for children to come. And then she also said that she was mad about like Kenya being in her room because she was just looking at it like we're all working and you're not working. Like she was looking at it as a job. Like
Okay,
you're
I
working
can see
less
that.
hours than us. We're working all these hours. You know how late we stay up on these trips.
Right.
So
Right.
that made a lot of sense when she put it in that
Right.
perspective.
I never thought of it as work. Did you guys?
No, because it was like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again,
She's
how?
all about her business, and she's like, if I gotta be up this late working, they have to put in a certain number, I guess, filming hours and stuff. So
That makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mhm.
That makes sense. So what next happened, Uchenna?
Oh, so what happened next was so Marlo is on a new business adventure. Remember, she has the archive.
yeah.
What happened to the wigs?
Come on, you knew
And
that
no
was
more
fun.
hair care. Kill that shit. So she killed it.
That wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah, so that didn't work out. There are too many wig lines, hairlines.
But at least she like realized that quickly and she moved on to the next one. I mean, that's what you
Right.
gotta do. If you have an interest in something, try it out. But if it don't work, learn that quick, move on, and do something that more fits your style. So
Right, and that shop looked beautiful. I would
Yeah, it was
absolutely
very nice.
love.
But you know
and
what?
she had little swag bags, like that's nice.
know. I would
But you know
love
what?
to go there.
I want to say though, you guys, it's supposed to be a rental where you go and you rent clothing. It was kind of small for a rental. Like how many
shop?
people? Yeah, how many people are going to be able to? It's just her clothing. So if you want some high-end clothing or bags or shoes to wear for stuff, to me, that's not big enough to hold what?
Just the clothes. It's just like really high end, like couture. So you're not gonna have
but
like
there's a
big
small amount of it. So
Right.
if you have like 4 or 5 people, you're about done.
I think it's appointment only, probably, because it's so high end. It's not gonna be like me popping up in there saying, "What can I rent?" Because I probably can't even afford to rent that stuff. You know, it's
I
probably
would like to
thousands.
see what she has in there. Does she
Yeah,
have does she have a website for it?
she probably should, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The
I'm gonna
Instagram.
go ahead, girls, talk.
So what's funny is like 18 years ago,
Uh-huh.
a friend of mine and I, we came up with the idea to do this exact thing, to rent clothing. And of course, we were both pregnant at the time. Of course, our dumbasses never followed through. And we would have been the first rent the runway and we could have taken off, but of course we didn't, you know? So someone else came 10 years, you know, after someone else came up with a great idea and they're huge successes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
I know we even started a business plan, but we never
Aw.
followed through.
I remember telling you to do that.
Yeah, it was Rhonda and I. Yeah, we never did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh well, let's move on. So, so I thought it was really cool. See, so it looks like you know Kenya and Marlo and what's her name? Who else
Fallyn.
was there? Fallon was there. So it looks
Mhm.
like they're trying to forge a friendship. I think I like Fallon. At first, I was like, because she had that 56-year-old husband. So that guy with the creepy friends.
So
But
how old is her husband?
56, she
56.
said. He
Okay,
seemed
that's not
older.
bad.
No, but he seemed older, right?
He just seemed creepy. I don't
So it's not bad at all actually. But she's in her early 30s, so he's like 20 something years older than
know. I think
her,
she's at
probably like
27.
25, 20, 23, and she has 2 kids. So he's taken on a lot, you know, with having her as a wife. But she seems real cool, and she was there
She
supporting.
seems to know her place. Keep it real.
Oh,
Don't you think?
you mean with the new girls?
No, with her husband. He's the
Oh,
alpha
yeah,
dominant. She's the trophy wife. Yeah.
submissive. Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. But it seems like Kenya and Marlo are trying to forge a friendship. Hmm.
Yep. I
Mm,
think from the scenes, like future scenes, like the scenes from the next episode, whatever crying session she's having with Portia, I'm just like, I don't. Maybe it's
trust.
that she's trying to be besties with everybody, and obviously you're not gonna please everyone. But I mean, I definitely for the peace of the dynamics in the group, I hope that they can maintain a
Hmm.
friendship or something, like just keep
Right.
civil. So I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's like for them to have been at it for so long, and then them to be just like, they're not even like tiptoeing around each other
But
or like
remember
taking it slow.
remember they were good friends before. So if they hadn't shown those clips of them being really cool before, I would have felt like that because I had forgotten how tight they were.
Hmm.
So, but now that they showed their clips, I was like, oh yeah, they were pretty tight before. So now I kind of get it. So maybe all
Why did
along,
they fall out? Was it just Nene? Excuse me.
I think maybe it was Nene. I think Marlo had to choose between Nene and Kenya. Nene was like, listen, you ain't gonna be friends with her, so you need to choose. Just like Kenya, Nene wanted um,
Cynthia.
Cynthia to choose between Kenya and Nene, and Cynthia was like, "No, I'm not choosing." And then Nene was like, "Well, I ain't gonna be friends with you."
Now she
Yeah.
has
Do you
another.
think that's what Portia's trying to do too? Or is
Portia's
Portia
saying that
just
she's
trying to
not,
bless her?
but I think that Portia kind of is and isn't. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what transpires. If she's pulling away from Marlo, then yes, she is. You know, but if
Well, I
she's
can't really blame her because you tell Marlo something. Marlo is a shade thrower. I like Marlo, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But these women seem to tell each other's secrets to each other. So she's probably like, I gotta watch what I say around Marlo, gotta watch what I think around Marlo, how I act and everything, because it's eventually going to get back to Kenya, and that's
Right,
going to
that's
start
true.
problems. Because it seems like to me this season that Portia has taken on the grown woman behavior, where
Except
she's
for
not
Prince
getting in
Bolo.
fights.
I'm just kidding.
No, she's not getting in fights. Oh, Bolo. Who knows? But she's not getting in fights. You notice she's like removing herself
She is.
from conflict.
Mhm.
Like at the party when that conflict started, she immediately got up and removed herself from it. And I find that very
She didn't
mature.
even try to stop her from Fallyn from fighting.
No, she just got herself out of it and said, "This is not my bag. I'm done with that." To me, she's done with the messiness too. You don't see her getting involved in the messiness and the little gossip and so forth, because had it been me at the in South Carolina, and Kenya was just talking out the side of her mouth constantly, I would have been, I would have had something to say.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how, if this is real. I think it's real. I hope it's real. I hope
Right.
Kenya doesn't do something shady and mess it up. You know how Kenya can be. So
Yeah.
we will see. We'll see what happens. So so it didn't look like Kenya rented anything. So it looked like Kenya took a picture with her and then left and didn't rent anything.
Yeah, she got her swag bag and like,
Did they even post? Did they post it? Did we see it?
I think they posted it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so another really interesting story, which helped with Drew's storyline, her fledgling storyline, was her son. How and also her mother's story about um, traveling through, where did they go to?
from
New Orleans,
Chicago to Louisiana, I think.
Louisiana, and back when she was younger and all the racism that they went through, traveling through, could only go to gas stations that had colored bathrooms, could only stay in colored only hotels and stuff like that. And you just realize that it wasn't that long ago. I drew on mute.
Oh, sorry. Right. You do realize it wasn't that long a time ago. When I was listening to it, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really inviting to hear. And the fact that she said something like, "I didn't realize that I had white people in my family," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, have you looked at your skin color?
Yeah.
Well, but then you find out that the white people she's referring to are not her biological. It's not
Right.
her biological family.
Right. She's adopted.
But but she still should know that she has Caucasian in her.
She has some, because she's so fair.
Yeah.
She has to have some white in her. Right.
So that's not her real mother?
No, that's
No,
her
that's
real
her mother, but her mother's great grandfather, I think that she was saying, was white. It's
Right.
not her biological great grandfather.
Right.
That is,
How'd you miss that? You missed the whole thing. Like, this is how we got into the sun thing.
Okay. All righty. Okay. I missed
she's the grandmother's grandparents are adopted, right? Or something like that.
No.
No, her
Drew's
parents
mother
adopted.
is adopted, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So her white parents adopted her.
Her great grandparents were white. One great grandparent was white.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go on to the son, right?
Right. So the father, who was in jail soon after the son was born,
The oldest son.
The oldest son, who isn't her husband's father. I believe that her husband adopted her son. That's what it seemed like.
Yes.
Adopted, or just as a father figure?
Maybe maybe just. But why would she bring in that adoptive parallel?
He did say something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So that made me think that he was
right. That's a good question. We don't know it, but we're assuming that he did adopt him.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, 9 years later, even though he did meet him, I think he said a couple years ago, he now wants to be in his son's life. And so and then his stepfather was like, I believe that, you know, he should be in his son's life because he had an absentee father who just recently passed, and he wishes that he had more of a relationship.
And I
And
really liked how he was advocating for that relationship, even
right,
when the boy, like her son, was like pushing away and trying to reject it. He was really like, I mean, even more so than Drew was. And I thought she should have been trying to step in to have her son, try to have some kind of relationship with his father, but he just really stepped in. I really liked that about him.
yeah, I did too. I was actually surprised. And what really surprised me was the son. He, even though he was 9, he was really mature. He was
Hmm.
like, and I expected him to be like, "Yeah, I want to meet my dad." He was like, "No," straight face, "No,
And I
I don't."
wonder if it's because to him, he already feels like he has a dad.
Right.
And I don't know how the mom has talked about the dad in the past.
Hmm.
Sometimes, that impacts how a kid feels is
Hmm.
by how they hear the parent talking about that other parent and so forth.
Hmm.
So we don't know how that's impacted. So
Hmm.
that's one of the things I wonder why he was so adamant about not seeing his dad, not being a part of his dad's life at that time.
Hmm.
One thing I thought was a little odd, and it doesn't really have anything to do with this, but because it was mentioned, I want to say it, is that she had her son call him Uncle Ralph before they got married. I thought that was a little weird.
What happened?
Yeah,
Her
yeah, I saw that.
son, her son called her husband Uncle Ralph before they got married. So he was like, "Oh,
Uncle.
you
Yeah.
married Uncle Ralph, and now he's my daddy." I was
Well, why would you call him uncle? That means that they're related.
I know. I thought that was weird, but I
I
thought
mean,
maybe that's
like,
like
because I'm
I thought
like, anyone that you would date, even if you don't know you're gonna marry them, you should not introduce them to your child as their uncle.
That's incest.
I was just like, oh.
That is
But
weird.
I also think, didn't Drew and her husband get married quickly? I thought they,
I think so.
okay. I
Yeah.
thought that they had a like
I
really.
thought it was really good how that kid is smart because when after his stepdad was talking to him, kind of like trying to tell him the importance of meeting his
I
dad.
thought that was really nice too.
Yeah, and then he was like, okay, maybe. And then the mother was like, oh yeah, we got a maybe. That's great. I'm glad you changed your mind and you're more open to meeting your dad. And he was like, um, I said maybe in the future I may be open to meeting him. I'm not open right now. He was like,
Um,
let me make that clear. You did not
Yeah,
trick me into saying yes.
that was a
So that
really
shows his
mature.
maturity level that he understood what she was trying to do, and he was like,
yeah,
"Nah, I didn't, not at all."
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, that part was really good. So I like that kid. He was a smart kid.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the Halloween party. And then also, one thing we forgot to mention at the archive, how Marlo lets Kenya know what Miss LaToya has been doing.
Oh yes, I
Yes.
forgot. Which I thought was okay. So this is why I think I
Why
have,
Portia does not want to be her friend. Why
yeah,
Portia
like
does
a
not want
little
to be
bit of a
mixed.
problem with their relationship, because it's just like, I mean, I understand. I don't know what Marla's relationship or how she feels about LaToya,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It just kind of feels like she wants to kiss Kenya's butt, so she's like,
Well, no, I think she wants to show, look, I value what we're building and I want you to know this. Right?
The thing I liked about the thing I liked the most was when, as soon as Portia sensed the drama, when they were sitting on the steps, she just got up and walked away. She just got up
She
and
did.
walked away. I loved it because she
Yeah.
knew where it was going. She knew where it was going. As soon as people started raising their voices,
Hmm.
she was out.
Yeah.
But I think that's why Portia doesn't want to mix friendships because your enemy and your friend are together. Loose lips will sink ships.
Hmm.
And so
Well, I do
so
think that
if it's, I think it's the type of people that are in that relationship. I think she's probably sees Marlo as a person that will go and tell Kenya things so that Kenya could be, trust her, I guess, to
hmm
go along with you see
yeah.
saying.
I mean,
But
personally, I didn't think anything. I thought, like, if you're trying to build a relationship with someone who you've been enemies with for a long time, in order to build that relationship, you will do that, right?
It's just like this girl is supposed to be your ride or die girl. She's
Who's
supposed to be
Toya?
really, yeah, it's supposed to be really
Right.
close to her. And then she's talking about her, and especially talking about something that's so intimate. I guess I would also say something to say, watch your back. Not to say that I'm watching your back, but to watch your back if this girl really isn't your friend. Because if Kenya found out that Marlo was there when it was being said and Marlo never said anything to her, Kenya would be like, I thought you were supposed to be my friend and we're supposed to be building this new friendship.
Yeah, so it's almost like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. So it's probably better to just go ahead and do it.
Right. All right, so now we get to the Halloween party. What did you think about the costumes?
I thought the costumes were spectacular.
Yeah.
They were really good.
Really?
Of course, it was basic.
They wasted their money.
Right. And she said, you know what? I'm glad I got this at Party City and didn't spend no money.
Yeah, they wasted. Yeah, they wasted their money because they had to pay makeup artists and so forth to come up with
prosthetics too,
and prosthetics. So that was quite a bit of money to come there and then not have anybody to see it.
Right.
Cynthia was smart. Hers was a Party City looking outfit too.
Who's that?
Cynthia.
You know what? I would never be able to bear my ass like that. But this 53-year-old woman is like, I don't care. I'm gonna have a thong on with some clear plastic over it.
What was her costume?
She was this hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer?
Yeah, and she had some hand sanitizer earrings too. I thought that was funny.
I missed that. I
It was
don't think I
basically
saw
just
her.
a leotard with a see-through dress.
Oh,
Raincoat.
wow.
Raincoat, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what thing you miss is that she didn't just go buttless. She did have on hose, but the hose are the type that keeps you tight and firm.
Yeah.
So it's not like
wears.
Yeah, so it's not like you're really, showing off your butt because the whole thing is covered by this thick garment that makes you feel really tight and so forth.
Right.
So,
Right, that's true. That's true.
yeah, but still, it was going up her ass.
Telling all her secrets, IJ.
It's the truth. That's what she was wearing. So, but the Medusa outfit was really good.
Candy's.
Candy's her costume was really good. Even Drew, because I didn't realize it was Drew. I kept thinking like, who is this? Like everybody was off.
Even the astronaut was still
the
cute.
astronaut was really cute. Yeah.
So I like their outfits. I prefer myself. The party, I don't even think I would have I'd have came dressed like my normal self because there's no way I'm getting dressed up for a 2-hour stint and nobody was there.
But I mean, they didn't know no one was going to be there. I think Fallyn kind of hyped it up and she told them to come correct.
But Marla was smart.
She just didn't show up.
She let them know she wasn't going to be there.
Kenya had a Party City outfit too.
Kenya had
everyone threw her shade afterwards, like on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, really?
Because of the Indian?
I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be wearing Indian.
I didn't either, but I wasn't really paying attention to her either.
That's like somebody, that's
the first thing I
equivalent.
noticed when she walked in. I was like,
I know, that's the first thing I said,
really?
oh my goodness.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I wanted to start doing the dance.
No.
I want to start doing the dancing.
That's the equivalent of somebody wearing blackface.
No, I wanted to do the dance. I love their outfits. I think it's so beautiful. I wanted to start, I love their dancing.
Yeah, but when I saw it, I was just like, oh, that's so bad. But I think to me, it's the equivalent of blackface. Yeah, yes, it is. It is equivalent. When you're wearing that Indian outfit and so forth, it's equivalent of somebody dressing like a black person.
No.
That's what it is. That's why you can't do it. That's why you can't do
so
it.
much historical,
but doesn't the Indians
fun of black people?
But doesn't the people taking land from the Indians, poisoning them, giving them diseases to get rid of them, killing them?
But I don't think they
killing
wore
them.
their
What was you guys' favorite part about the
I know
party?
it's just. What did he say? What did he
What's
say?
your favorite part of the party?
Say what?
What's you guys?
What's our favorite part of the party?
My favorite part of the party was when Fallyn was trying to kill Toya with that golf club.
I was like, wow, she came around that corner, flew. I would have been, okay, so you're at the garage. Is the garage in the back? I would have just probably been like, you guys, just forget it. And I would have left, walked quietly, got the golf clubs, walked back, and then would have been like, all right, I'm ready. That tells you Fallyn does not play.
No, she does not play.
What is wrong with LaToya?
She was inebriated. She was drunk.
But still, you don't act that. You don't.
She must have came to the party. She came to the party drunk, and then continued. I think she got mad. She got mad.
I don't understand. I think she's full of crap. Like, that whole thing is that why Kenya was mad at her was because she kissed Portia. No, that's not why she was mad at her. That's just you trying to blow yourself up. She was mad at you because you were talking her business to someone who she hates. I mean, I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
But I think Kenya was feeling a way about her before that.
Yeah, she was upset before that.
She said
because
it was
at the dinner, she had called her out and was like, Kenya, why were you being so investigative? And why were you calling Portia out on, she was blowing up Kenya's spot at that dinner the last night of South Carolina. And she thought that she was betraying Kenya felt, and she was.
Well, a few times, I mean, Kenya herself said that she was jealous she made a few comments about her, making out with Toya. And then even with her cousin, remember when she was talking to her cousin about Toya saying the stuff about Mark wanting alimony? And her cousin said, she alluded to her needing someone to keep her warm. And she was like, well,
I think it's bullshit. I don't believe it.
I think she's trying to make it a part of her storyline.
Right, yeah.
Now, the apology, the apology or lack thereof of her trying to apologize to Kenya, but still trying to say, this is why I was doing this. I thought that was, I could see that. I could see somebody trying to defend you by saying, hey, she's going through a hard time. This is what she's going through. But you threw out her super personal business out there to people that didn't need to hear it.
And she's probably also drunk then when she did it too.
I think you can defend somebody simply by saying they're going through a lot. Mm-hmm. And you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. There's no need to air out dirty laundry that's not yours.
Right, I agree. For me,
but
I felt like she was just trying to spill some tea.
Yeah,
right. Look what
I'm one of y'all. I don't really like her. But here's the funny thing. Is that when she spilled it, it had the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everyone was like, "Ooh, no, we don't want that." But I was really surprised by.
I know they actually felt sad for Kenya that her friend was doing this to her, which shocked me. That Portia was like
Portia
you said,
drew all of them. They were just like, "Girl, don't do that."
Right. And the funny thing, I think the funny part was when she was asking Kenya to walk her out, and Kenya was like, "No."
Mm-hmm. Right.
Portia said that she'd walk you out, go out with her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what is this? Are you going to be this way? What? And Kenya was like, I didn't realize how much taller and bigger Kenya is than her.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
But the whole big green juggle. It seemed like they were breaking up. It was just so weird.
It's almost like she had a crush on him.
Right. And then
she kept saying her vocabulary to Kenya was very familiar. And it was like, there's a difference between being friendly and then being like, it just felt like her vocabulary to Kenya was just like, it made me feel uneasy. Almost as if she had a little crush on her or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
You need to get out of our video now. That's my son, people. Whose girlfriend is here, and he doesn't know whether to come here and talk or go there and sit with her and talk to her. So he's taken off. But yeah, so that is rather interesting. So when she went out there, she was trying to tell Portia what was going on. Portia really wasn't trying to hear it.
Right.
I
Right.
think something is wrong with her. Something's wrong with that girl because she came into the party in a nasty mood,
Really nasty.
talking about serve me. I'd have been like,
Come to
shut yourself
someone's
on out the
house
door.
and say, serve me. You're amazing to serve me. Girl, get out.
Right. And then she's leaving. Instead of leaving, I think she got angry. She must be angry because of something.
Maybe
Fallyn
the
must have
divorce.
something that she has that she wants, you know. Maybe she's just a Fallon's life.
I mean, I think it's probably because like both of them are new, and I guess LaToya is a housewife. Is she? Is she a housewife? Or are they both friends? Oh, I think they may be both friends. Because
What do you mean?
Drew is the housewife. Because it's three new girls.
Right.
And so maybe she just kind of feels like she's in competition with her.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I guess. I don't see that, but okay. I guess she feels she's in competition. It's just ridiculous. But okay, I can see.
She may just be like off her rockers a little bit. Like, I mean, who knows how her divorce situation.
But I think it's finalized because I think like last week or 2 weeks ago, she came out on Instagram with her new boo, who's a trainer.
I read something about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, so the party ended up like that, and in the end, they all got in their cars and was like,
And left and
left.
ran out.
Right. In the past, they wouldn't have done that,
No.
but I think they've all had it. They've been there, done it
Fighting.
several times.
Right.
They're over it.
And so next week is the New Orleans trip, which looks like it's going to be fun. I didn't see if Fallon was there or not.
I doubt if her husband's gonna let her go on the trips. I don't think he really lets her out of his sight.
So she was like a guest speaker on Candy's Speak on It this week after the show, and she explained why she had her husband. She said that she's more of a tomboy and she's not used to hanging out with a lot of women, and she didn't really know anyone. Like she came in as Portia, like Portia brought her to the group, but she only knew Portia through her husband who knew Dennis. So she didn't really even have a friendship with Portia. They were just in the same industry and had connected. And so she said that she just kind of didn't feel really comfortable with going on that trip. And so she brought her husband, and because he knows how she feels. Yeah. So she said that like, because Candy was like, on the next trip you have to leave him behind, you have to participate, and she was like, I think I'll feel more comfortable doing it next time. But I don't know, so she may not have gone on the New Orleans trip, but that's what her explanation was.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, ladies, so we will convene again next Monday to talk about the New Orleans trip and if that PJ was anything we're talking about.
Yes. I want to know if they even really
45-minute flight. We will see. All right, Dior.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you like us, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below.
Comment below. We want to hear what you think.
Yes, let us know.
Bye.
Bye.